Hi, it's Teresa with My Lice Advice, and today I'm talking about what kills lice. So let's get to it. Now, in this video, I'm going to be talking about what kills lice and what doesn't, but there's also 5 things that you need to know if you want to kill lice. If we haven't met already, just so you know who I am, my name's Teresa. I'm a registered nurse, and I specialize just in head lice. I do head lice full time. I own my own lice center, and I work with government agencies, school districts, things like that to help children with the most severe head lice cases in America. And I am a lice coach on my website, myliceadvice.com, where I teach parents exactly how to do a professional lice treatment on their child at home so that they can get rid of lice in just one treatment. But enough about me, let's talk about you. If you're researching how to kill lice, then it probably means that you have it. And if you've been struggling with it for a while, then you should know that you are not alone. And that's because lice have grown resistant or immune to lice treatments that worked in the past. And perhaps that's why you're on this YouTube video, because you've tried things and it's not working. So now let's get down to the top 5 things you need to know if you want to kill lice. And number 1 is killing lice and getting rid of lice is not the same thing. When you have lice, you actually have more than one problem. You have the lice bugs on the head, and then you also have the lice eggs on the head. Those are also called nits by a lot of people. So lice bugs and lice eggs. Now you might find something that kills some lice bugs, and I'm going to talk to you about that. But if you don't kill the lice eggs, then you're going to have lice again. And so a lot of people put a ton of energy into killing the lice bugs, but they don't put any energy into the lice eggs. And so they just keep getting lice back. They think they've gotten rid of it for a while, but then in a couple of weeks, it just comes back again with a vengeance. And that's because they're only focusing on killing lice bugs and not on getting rid of lice. Number 2, lice can play dead. I think one of the biggest reasons why people have all this confusion about what kills lice and what doesn't is because lice go into a hibernation state and play dead whenever they're exposed to a large amount of liquid. So this is a coping mechanism for them. Anytime they're exposed to liquid for a prolonged period of time, they have these breathing holes on the sides of them that kind of regulates the pressure in and out of their body. And these breathing holes, they're called spiracles, they close them up so that nothing can get in, no water or any kind of liquid. And if they're in a liquid for a prolonged period of time, they actually go into a hibernation state where they appear dead. And after you rinse them, they'll still appear dead for a little bit of time. So this is what people see a lot of times when they put some kind of oil in their hair or something like that. They think that they've killed lice because lice are playing dead. But after they rinse their hair, give it a little bit of time and those lice bugs are going to come right back to life. Principle number 3. A lot of things kill lice, but how many? So over-the-counter lice treatments claim to kill lice and lice eggs, but lice have grown resistant to all of those treatments that worked in the past. They still kill some lice, but how many? In the studies, those over-the-counter lice treatments only kill about 23 to 25% of lice. So that might sound like a lot to you, and someone can claim that it kills lice, but when you have 100 lice bugs on your head and it only kills 25% of them, that's not very good because you still have 75%. And worse than that, you still have 75% of the strongest lice on your head because those treatments are only going to kill the weakest lice and it's going to leave the strongest lice to survive. Now, since this is a what kills lice tutorial, I want to make sure that I leave you with the best information possible. I know that you were really hoping that I was going to just tell you one thing kills 100% of lice. And besides the professional technique that I teach, you're not going to find something that kills 100% of lice. Instead, you're going to find things that kill a percentage of lice. So let's talk about what percentage each of these things kills. Now, the first thing you have to understand before I get into the percentages is there's a difference between a kill rate and a cure rate. So killing lice bugs does not equal curing lice. So if you have a kill rate of 20%, that is not the same thing as curing 20% of people. Instead, it means that you only killed 20% of the weakest lice, you left 80% of the strongest lice, so you absolutely did not cure anyone. So these percentages are just a kill rate. They are not a cure rate. First, we already talked about over-the-counter lice treatments. So they kill about 23%. Now, if you were thinking about having 100 bugs on your head and it killed 23%, then that means that you would still have 77 of the strongest bugs left on your head. That's not very good. Now, the most popular home remedies, olive oil kills 2%. So you would still have 98 bugs that would survive on your head. Mayonnaise kills 10%. Listerine, I'm adding here only because I've seen it so many times on Facebook and Instagram and all that. I've tested this in my lab because there wasn't an official study, and when I tested Listerine, it killed exactly 0% of lice bugs. So if you had 100 lice bugs, then you would have 100 left. Rubbing alcohol kills 10% of lice bugs, and I definitely wouldn't recommend that because that's pretty dangerous. Vaseline, I would never recommend to anyone. It only kills 62% of lice. And getting that Vaseline out of your child's hair is going to be a nightmare. And trying to get those lice eggs out after you put Vaseline in is a total nightmare. Don't do it. And then among the best of the home remedies is coconut oil. Coconut oil in the hair for 8 hours kills about 80% of lice bugs. Now, let me be sure that you understand this. Coconut oil does not cure lice. This is an 80% kill rate. You're still going to have 20% of the very strongest lice bugs left on the head. So coconut oil is not going to get rid of lice for you. And to be crystal clear here, I actually don't recommend home remedies. They don't usually cure people of lice. People that do home remedies, even some of the better ones like coconut oil, usually struggle with lice for weeks or months. These are the people that I help every day and get rid of lice like a pro, that have already wasted weeks, months on home remedies, over-the-counter treatments. So if you want to actually cure lice and you want to do it quickly, then I recommend not screwing around with home remedies, but instead learning how to do a professional technique and getting rid of lice in one treatment. Now, the last one to round it out is vinegar. And vinegar is the worst home remedy that you could ever choose because it kills 2% of lice bugs, but it makes lice eggs more likely to hatch. So if you use vinegar on your child's head to help with lice, it's going to make your lice problem worse, not better. Now, the question you might ask is, why then do people recommend all of these home remedies? And it goes back to that principle that I already taught you, where lice play dead. People see lice in this hibernation state, this playing dead mode, and they think that the home remedy that they chose killed lice, and it didn't. Which brings me to the next principle. Removing lice bugs from the head kills lice. So that sounds like just whatever, oh yeah, get them off the head. But if you actually work really hard to get all the bugs out, then that will kill lice. And number 5, if you want to get rid of lice, you need to shift your focus from killing lice bugs to getting rid of lice. When you have lice, you don't just have one problem. It's not just lice bugs. You also have the lice eggs, which are also called nits. And so a lot of people put a lot of energy into the lice bugs, but they neglect the lice eggs or nits. And if you do that, you'll never get rid of lice. One of the most detrimental lies out there that's perpetuated online and even among health professionals is that you can leave those lice eggs in the hair and they're not going to hatch. And it's just totally not true. So you have multiple problems here. You have the problem that you're not killing all of the lice bugs, you're leaving the strongest ones, and that you're not getting the lice eggs out, and so they just keep hatching. Now, the solution I have for you is not a lice kit, because as you know, those don't work. And it's not a home remedy, because I cannot in good conscience recommend these things that I know don't work. which is why I have Get Rid of Lice Like a Pro on my website, myliceadvice.com. And in Get Rid of Lice Like a Pro, I teach you how to kill every last lice bug and kill and remove every single lice egg. And you do that all in one session, in one treatment, and then you're done with lice. With Get Rid of Lice Like a Pro, I walk you through step by step in a series of videos exactly how lice professionals like myself get rid of lice on even the very most severe infestations. And so if you shift your mindset into this getting rid of lice mindset, then you actually will get rid of it. So I highly recommend that you go to my website, myliceadvice.com, and check out Get Rid of Lice Like a Pro so you can get rid of lice in one treatment. So now for my top tip of the day. We've talked about what kills lice, but we were primarily talking about the head. And now I want to talk about what kills lice like on your furniture. Because those lice sprays don't kill lice on your furniture. If you look on the back, it's made of the same drug that lice are resistant to, permethrin. It doesn't work on your head, and it's definitely not going to kill lice on your couch. What I would suggest instead for your couches and things like that is to vacuum or put things in the dryer or something like that. I have a full house cleaning checklist on my website, myliceadvice.com. So if you're looking to know exactly how to clean your house and you want a step-by-step checklist, then check it out there. Again, it's just on the homepage. So please like this video and subscribe to this video. And I really like to offer support to all the people out there struggling with lice. And you can help by leaving a comment that says something like lice sucks. Something like that, just to let people know that they're not alone in their struggle with lice. Because lice really does suck, and I'm sorry that you're going through it, and that's why I want you to be able to get rid of lice as fast as possible. Now, if you're ready to go to My Lice Advice, feel free to head that way. Or if you want to continue your journey and your learning here on YouTube, there's 2 videos here for you. The top one talks about Get Rid of Lice Like a Pro, where I talk about what it means to do a professional lice treatment at home. And then the bottom one is a video that I think you would really like. Either way, I'll see you there.